How you doing?
Dom, Chip, Chip, Dom. How you
Hey
doing?
Dom, how you doing?
Good, Chip. How you doing?
Good, good.
I long for you.
Thank you, thank you. That makes me feel good. That makes on a
Just
cold,
re-
cold Philly night.
yeah, it's going down to 60.
Yeah.
You seem like you've been getting some sun, Dom. Have you been laying outside? You're looking you got your tan going.
Is it you mocking me because I have leukemia? It's not a funny thing. I guess to you, little Mr. Spaceman.
Laughter's the
Yeah.
best medicine, Dom.
Oh, wait. Medicine's the best medicine. Yo, Dom, wait. Hey, Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.
Chip, you look like somebody I know. There's
I
never.
yeah, that's never a good thing. I know. It's always like if it's somebody who owes you money, it's definitely not me. Yeah. John, we actually met years ago. We did a weekend together. This is a while ago at the Stress Factory in New Jersey, and I still tell this, Dom. As soon as I met you, we sat down in that tiny little green room with the
Unbelievable.
Miss Pac-Man machine, and you said the first thing you said to me. You told me the funniest joke I've ever heard. You're like, Chip, you like quick jokes? Do you like short, quick jokes? I was like, yeah, of course. And you told me the joke about the guy walks into a psychologist's office and sits down, and the doctor's like, what seems to be the problem? And he goes, I can't seem to make any friends, you fat fuck.
Yeah.
And
Love
that's
that.
still one of my it's maybe my favorite joke. That if anybody ever says like, oh, do you have a joke, like just a joke, I was like, Dom Irrera told me a joke once, and that might be my favorite joke.
Well, thank you on behalf of the guys who did steal it. So was I nice to you? Was I a prick?
Oh no, you were very nice. You were very nice, and then you had told me, I'm gonna say, I guess it was like 2014, 15, something, and you're like, oh, the guys from the Impractical Jokers are coming and hanging out,
All right.
and I was like, oh man, like I didn't know those guys. I was like, oh, and they were the sweetest guys in the world too. So it was such a fun weekend. Yeah,
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And all of them are good.
Vinny
there's
Brand,
not-
that prick though. Somebody
Is
that's
he a prick?
no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah,
He,
I love
he's not a bad. He's not a bad dancer.
Stand up.
He's a better stand-up than you never see owners that are that good.
no, yeah, and he does the work. Yeah, yeah.
So the whole cast hung out with you guys that night?
There was a bunch of them, and a bunch of the Impractical Jokers. They went on stage with Dom, and they were. I know it was Sal, and I'm trying to think of.
I think Sal's the only one that does stand up, right?
No, Joe.
Oh, Gatto, right?
Joe Gatto. Yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Gatto.
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Gatto. Yep.
They're all funny though.
And they were the nicest guys too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so mad that weekend too. They were like very nice to me, and they're like, hey, in like 2 weeks we're doing a show in London. Do you want to come with us? And like they just met me, and I was like, I would love to. And I was a teacher I used to teach 4th grade, and it was the 1 week a year that I couldn't like take time off because it was like the state tests and you like can't leave during that week. So I had to say no. And they're like, what are you kidding me? We're taking you to London if you want to go. And I couldn't go, and because I thought I'd lose my job, and I ended up quitting my job that summer anyway. So I'm still kicking myself over that. But Dom, you used to teach too, right?
4th grade, yeah.
How'd you like it?
Oh, I loved it. If it wasn't for the hours, I could have done it as my job. But I'm Monday Night Football, and then I got to be at work. But come on, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah. When I started teaching, we had a Monday night open mic it was like one of the only things going on in the city, stand-up wise in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and we'd be out until like 2 a.m. on a Monday, and then I'd have to wake up the next day and teach. And I hated life.
Were you teaching at Philadelphia public schools, like in the city?
I was in the suburbs. On the burbs. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my cousin teaches in high school in the city, and he's
okay.
It's rough.
Mm-hmm.
What year did you, Dom? What year did you teach?
1910.
Yeah.
We're using this facial cream. You think it's working? I told him how much I hated school.
How'd you like teaching, Chip? Did you enjoy it?
It was fine. I started doing comedy a couple years in, and I was just out all night, so I was just exhausted for a decade. So it was just I was glad to get out. You know, it was I think if I just did that, I would have liked it, but doing both, you just, like Dom said, the hours are terrible. You can't burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah. I mean,
What were-
solo hours for being a teacher are great though.
Yes.
Off every summer.
Yeah.
2:30, 3 o'clock. You're out of there.
Right.
I was,
Did you work this week, Dom?
Yeah, I worked. Did you ever see my act work? So it'll be on the. I killed. I destroyed it. There was nothing left. I shot it at none. Did I work? Have you seen my act? It's perfect. And I never brag. The only thing I'll brag about is the fact that I never brag. But
Does your lady get mad when you flirt like that with the staff?
I don't know. I don't talk to her.
Oh, I just
Stays in the car.
I can never joke like that with my wife around. She'll kill me.
Well, she's a Russian. She's crazy.
She is. Yeah.
Steve, you know that she's not a Russian. You know that she's not crazy. She's a beautiful young woman who, imagine, really looks good in a bikini.
Ah, come on.
I
All
mind
right,
that.
Dom,
Like
you're
I
not
said,
getting out of line. I'll take that. Thank you. That's a
Thank
compliment.
you.
But I
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of, I
Don't
kind of
encourage it,
feel
dude. You know where
like
this is.
you're
It's gonna go
leading
somewhere.
to something. It always leads into something. Chip, are you married?
I am. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah.
Congratulations, buddy.
How's
Yeah,
it going?
It's good. It's good. She's not Russian, but yeah, she's good. Yeah, things are good. We get along. We're very like I don't know about you guys, like fiery. Like we don't fight ever. Like we're just passive aggressive. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like we just sort of, we get along. We get along well.
And was she from South? You live in South Philly now, right?
Yeah, we're in South Philly. Yep.
How'd that
Yeah.
happen?
St. Monica's Parish. Nice, very nice.
Oh, wow.
That area. Which is what? Okay, how much you guys know about South Philly? Like when we moved down there,
I
right?
live there.
Yeah. So I'm 16th and Wolf, right? And when we bought the place, we lived in the Italian market for a while, and then we bought this place about a year ago. And and every Italian person that we met there that knows South Philly, they're like, "Oh, St. Monica's Parish, night, like it's the fanciest Catholic school." Like and we didn't understand it, but like everybody said that. They're like every time we're like, "Oh, 16th Wolf," they're like, "Oh, St. Monica's Parish, nice." And
Yeah.
I'm not Catholic, I don't know what that means, but apparently they have a better, better pope or whatever. I have no idea.
No, that neighborhood's traditionally one of the better ones, for
Yeah.
sure.
It is a nice
Yeah.
neighborhood. It's a very nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it. We're very lucky. So
I used to go for the summer camp. It was up in seriously.
yeah.
St. Monica's girl. It was like that's good. I started. I'm still working on my core. So you take the juice out of regular core.
So you should go to. I'm sure you go to Cacia's Bakery all the time, Chip.
Oh yeah, I can like spitting
Dynamite.
distance from me. Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
God.
there. Yeah,
We're going
I'm
for
there.
dinner. We're going for dinner on Tuesday night.
Where
What's
you,
that?
where you,
Saloon.
oh,
the
sure, yeah.
saloon.
Saloon's great. Yeah. Yeah. We go to Barrels right around the corner. Barrels is great little
Barrels
hideaway.
was good, and
big-
Cacia's Bakery near you on Thanksgiving Day, they all line up, and you could get your turkey cooked and dropped off
It's
in the oven.
It's wild.
Bird? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
lo-
awesome, dude.
they go out there like 3:30 in the morning, like
Yeah, they
like
do.
it's,
That's crazy.
like it's an Eagles tailgate. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Is
they
it,
all
is it
they
fun
all,
on the streets? It's got to be pretty wild waiting in that tailgate.
Everybody's getting along. Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying they're probably boozing a little,
like pre.
It's got to be yeah, I mean, it's got to be a little bit of a party, dude. If it's cold and you're standing outside in a line like that, I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Have you had any altercations with any mummers in that neighborhood?
No, I think we're pretty mummer free as far as I know. Like I
That's
don't
good.
know for a fact, but
That's
yeah,
good.
like it seems like it's a little less. I feel like that's a little more 2 Street, and yeah, we just don't seem to.
Mm.
I haven't seen a lot of sequence around. I'll say that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by that.
Dom's
I'm-
very
I-
critical of the mummers.
I
Yeah.
changed my mind. I'm very entertained to see men with hangovers dancing at that level. You know, I'm serious. The kid must be so foul. That's my dad in that wool skirt. Dad.
That's Steve. Steve's a mummer.
Steve,
No,
you
I
mum?
love-
not no more.
His
Not no
his
more.
his father was a mummer.
It was a phase for all
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what
but
they always
because
say.
because well, Chip,
Yeah, it
some
runs
pe-
in the blood,
Chip,
dude.
Chip,
It
some
runs.
people,
I see it, dude. I see
some
Froggy Rock or Froggy Car, or whatever it's called.
Chip,
written
some people start
all
as
over you.
mummers and they end as mummers.
Yeah.
For me,
Oh,
it was a
that's-
phase. You know.
Yeah. Hey, you got to go through it, man. You got to go through it.
I loved
Dude,
it.
do you have pictures of you as a mummer?
I do.
We gotta see those, dude.
There-
Okay, now let me ask you this:
You
what
gotta see those,
division were
bro.
you in? Like, were you in like the clown or the what are they, the comics or whatever?
They're the guys that can't play anything.
Yeah.
They just run around.
Is it-
We just did this.
Right. Well, and that's what I want to know because it's like you do have like the fancy mummers who have these amazing costumes, and then you have
I'd say-
the string bands who are like
Great
obviously have
musicians. Yeah.
talent. Great. And then like, do you guys
Discovered
practice? Like, what is the?
No,
You're
but
like,
it's,
oh, here, no, guys, you got to do this better. Keep doing
no,
this
no, no.
more.
But this is the thing. The level that I was, you got to look at it like comedy. Like there's a host feature headliner.
Yeah.
So I was in the division
Goodbye.
that was kind of like the host.
What is this? The fucking Masons? I mean,
No.
come on.
No, we were called the comics.
Yeah.
You would
yeah,
just, you
yeah.
know,
Do that. But wait. So you were You were just the host like level? Is that right? Entry.
I was in
He was-
no, they don't
They
call it
didn't let
that.
him into the Diddy parties, man. No.
Yeah.
No, some
like,
people
nah.
stay in the comic like division.
Right.
And they're
you know.
not funny at all, though. They're not funny. You think they ever
No.
picked up on that line? Oh, what do you do? I'm a mummer. They just let girls. It was like 2 years ago. They let girls in.
Really?
What? Women were always able to march, I thought.
No, man. Jeez. Don't you
Brian's
listen
looking
before-
it up. I'm pretty sure women were always able to
I
march.
apologize. Now, let's
They
talk
were
about
mumettes.
It was
I
in the
think.
It was in the 70s.
Yeah, no.
Mutations.
Yeah, the 70s.
It wasn't always.
They officially broke the barrier in the 70s.
Spend my whole time to get in Vietnam. Boom, they shoved it. You know.
Dom, you never went to the parade once. You lived in Philly all these years. You never went one time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, you should. I did get night. One, I was really drunk and I was on the set. They're not heels, but you know, your tongue and your the rest of your body.
But you were elevated. Yeah, you had
You're
elevated,
elevated,
shoes.
yeah.
Elevated shoes on. That's what you were. Okay.
Yeah.
Was your face painted?
My ass is painted. it glowed. It glowed in the dark.
I can't be critical of that parade. I know so many people that take it to it. They're so serious about it. They start practicing from April every week. It's like a culture. So I gotta be careful.
I think you got to
Yeah.
join back up, dude. I think the
Nah,
tradition needs to live.
Yeah. Or
I'll
like
come.
Start one out
I'll
in
go.
Westchester. Yeah.
Yes. And a comic brigade in Westchester.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the kind of vibe for that kind of parade in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's very artistic. Let's face it. The guy's got a handle on something special. You know, I mean, this one guy had gold slippers. You know, and it was.
Yeah, they spray their sneakers gold.
Thank you. Can we talk about you?
I think you should. You got to start saying we. We sprayed our shoes gold. I don't like the they terms. I think you should be proud of it, Rinaldi. I don't know why you're hiding your mummer past.
No, I haven't marched since I think 2016.
Damn.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you've been retired.
Must
You
be
served your
70.
time.
you excited about coming home for Thanksgiving, Dom?
Shut the fuck up.
Whoa, that was uncalled for. That was uncalled for.
You know, he drives me crazy.
Yeah.
There's nothing but love right here.
Just hounding you though. Are you coming home? Or you staying in LA?
Soldiers.
Oh, that's right. You're doing Soul Joel's. Yeah.
I asked them if they could move it to the airport itself. Again, 20 of my friends will go to California. We'll be back by noon.
Yeah. Yeah,
What are you doing?
Joel will be doing a line dancing and bingo in Terminal C by Thanksgiving Eve. You know.
Yeah.
You just did the club, didn't you, Chip?
Yeah, I did like a quick fundraiser, and then I'm doing it on December 27th. So I'll be there like two nights after Christmas. So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
It's a
Nice.
pretty rough night for you, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's all over town. I mean, I would never bring it out on a show ordinarily, but it was the bomb of a century.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's par for the course.
You see, this is my way of loving somebody, and I just met you, but I'd like to.
I
You know.
appreciate that. I love it. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Plus, I got. You ever seen my credits? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, little show for. I mean, you couldn't believe, you know.
Hey, Steve, did you just go black and white? By the way, I don't know what.
I think Neil just clicked something. I'm taping at Neil's studio in Philly. I think he just might have clicked something by accident.
You look like you're in like a Dire Straits video right now. I don't know what's going on, but it's amazing. Yeah.
Is this going to stay locked in black and white?
I mean, it's not a problem, but yeah.
Oh, all right.
I was just, yeah.
You look
like,
good, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Steve Rinaldi or Billy Squire just showed up all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yes, that's a compliment. I'll take it. How was filming Tires, Chip? How like getting together with everybody? No.
Thank you.
Huh?
No, it's nice to see a guy getting work with that guy.
Thank you.
That's hard
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it was great. It was sort of a whirlwind, like in and out. And it was before we knew that. I mean, it was just John and Steve and Shane making it, and so they just, hey, come out to Westchester for a day and shoot this part, and we had fun with it, and just like throughout the lines. And I forgot about it. I didn't even think about it again because like John McKeever and Steve and I used to do sketches all the time back in the day, and John actually was the guy who got me my first TV writing gig, and so it was just like this fun day we did, and then I forgot about it. I forgot that it was a thing. And then 6 months later, I get a text from John. He's like, "Hey, it's gonna be on Netflix." So it was like I think I would have been way more nervous, like if I knew, like, oh man, this is gonna be on Netflix,
Netflix thing, yeah.
And then we were just doing this dumb thing, and it got picked up. So it was great. Yeah, I almost like wish I would have like remembered it more. It was just a fun thing we did. But yeah, it was great.
It was a great show too. I loved it. The first season was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, I thought they did great. I'm excited to see the second season too.
How's the lead? He's a good stand-up too, right?
Yeah.
Shane,
yeah.
I think I met him before Rogan had his place in Boston.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think he's down there now. I mean, I guess he's like in Philly shooting Tires, but he's like usually up down in Austin. I think he's been down there for a while.
Oh,
yeah, all three of those guys, like Shane's great, and then they don't really do stand up anymore. But Steve and John were always so funny.
Yeah, you came up with them right around the same time, right? Because Shane, like when I started, Shane was just moving to Philly, and McCusker was around, Chris O'Connor, Brian Six. But you were like, what? It was like you, David James,
me, David James,
Doogie.
Yeah, Doogie, Tommy Pope, and McKeever, and Gerben, and those guys. Yeah, Mary Rodzinski, Pat House. Yeah, that was kind of like my class, and then so yeah, most of those guys are in L.A., New York now. So yeah, but that was good. That was a fun time coming up. It was like when it was just kind of the Wild West. Like there wasn't a lot of comedy, and then all of a sudden it was just like shows everywhere, and just like. We did so much back in the day, so it was a good time, and that's when like YouTube came around, so we just started screwing around with doing.
Yeah, you guys had some
sketches.
really funny sketches, like you and Tommy. And
we did like the Deck the Hall and Oates, and then those guys had Bird Text, and so it was a good time. Yeah.
What was Bird Text? That was just like a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I guess it was. Like they did, I think, a live show sometime. It was Tommy and John McKeever and Luke Cunningham, and they did like YouTube sketches, and then they would do live shows together sometimes. It was great. Yeah, that was a lot of, and that was kind of really the beginning of them doing stuff. And then John got job with writing on a show for NBC, and he got me on that show. So then I started writing up there for a while, and and then they of course came back together, and then Shane got big, and they started doing tires. So
wow, isn't it amazing how because of one of the causes, there's so many ways to get experience, and there's so many ways that remember the kid we had here, and he never had been to.
Oh yeah, he's talking about there's a comic that got famous off of Snapchat, and he's selling out theaters. Anthony Rodea.
He never was in a theater, right? Is it
really?
Like he went right from clubs to theaters like that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Like I don't know how you figure out that timing or figure out how.
It's got to be really, really, really hard.
I mean, comedy's hard enough as it is, doing it in front of like 3 other comics, to figure that out. But then just 1,000 people all of a sudden just having I don't know how they put that time together. Like what that, I guess you have a good supportive crowd, which is good. Because that's the thing too. Like
because they know you.
Right. And so like that's got to be weird coming up too, because I feel like for better or worse, most of the shows that I do, Dom, I'm not a famous man by any stretch. You can tell that right away.
You're more famous.
I wish.
Man,
I
don't wish you got it.
Like I feel like every time I do comedy, like most of the people don't know who you know what I mean? It's like, Steve, like you're proving yourself all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, can you imagine just starting out in comedy, right? And just having 1,000 people loving everything you say? Like, I don't know how you develop that.
Well, most comics that start as celebrities and then try to dive into stand up, they have a crowd like Jeremy Piven or Steve-O.
Right.
So they work that way, whereas traditional stand-ups, we do open mics forever, and then eventually you work up to the clubs, and then hopefully if and then the fan base would come along that way. Yeah. These guys now they start with their phone.
I feel like the crowd probably gives them a little more leeway too, though. Like if Jeremy Piven is doing a show,
that guy.
Yeah,
he's a what?
Yeah, you've said that before, Jeremy Piven.
Don't get him with our show.
Yeah. We won't. Yeah. Well, he called. He wanted to do it, and we said no. We told him no.
Dom, I booked him for next week. I'm sorry.
Cool. He's a dear friend of mine.
But I feel like people, like I would expect more from somebody who I know is famous as an actor on stage than I would from somebody who started, that I saw just online somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like it's more of a regular person,
Yeah. At a certain extent, I think it buys you a certain amount of time. Like it buys you 15 minutes or so, like where they do. And I think they'll get tired of it after a while, but at least there's that initial buy-in.
Yeah. But how many of those guys that started online are really like doing a lot? Like there's probably only a handful, right? Like guys like Rodea. Like there can't be too many guys like that are really selling like that.
I don't know. I don't really keep up with it like that, but I mean him specifically has had a pretty long run. Like he's
he's good
all that probably started around 2000, I'm guessing, and he's still consistently writing. Like the guy's working,
I mean, if you're working,
he's got 20 years in now.
Yeah, well, it's like Bo Burnham. Like Bo Burnham was just this snotty kid that's doing these videos, but like he is very talented, like worked at it and developed. I think some people are they're there just for the meet and greets or whatever, but then there are people who like, okay, we're serious and working at it. It's like you're gonna get really good. So you're gonna.
But I mean, the meet and greets, that's kind of how they keep getting booked back, because if you have a strong enough following, I feel like people buy the ticket just to meet these guys that they're
that's what half of it is, if not more than half. It's just
right.
Yeah.
That's good. I think we lost Rinaldi. I think Rinaldi's black and white connection finally went kaput.
Well, I think he doesn't even know he left.
No, he's still talking about the mummers right now.
Yeah,
that's
I don't understand you. I guess it has to be like your father did it or something. But it's so beautiful. That's what it is.
It just seems a little gay to me. I'm not.
The
You know, I'm
mummer-
not,
the
I'm
mummer
not gonna,
tradition.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like dressing in drag.
It's
you know,
like
it's
just
drag.
handing it down
Oh,
from
he's
generation
back.
to generation. Oh, he's back.
He's here.
Okay, he's here. He's back.
here. He's here. Shh.
Yeah.
Shh. He's back. Shh. Steve, can you hear us?
I heard everything.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's like I know this is just what Dom
I know.
does. He gets everybody amped up and
Because
attacks
I
the
can't-
person that he likes the best. I'm flattered.
You should be. You know.
And I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving Eve, Dom, opening
I'm
for
working
you.
on
I'm
your
very
intro.
Huh?
I'm working on your intro. You know, funny guy. He works all the plugs. You know, it'll be in their feet before they even sit.
What song are you gonna come out to, Rinaldi? We're gonna play an intro song for you?
I don't do music.
No.
When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide, then I turn around, and I do.
I saw Sebastian come out on a Vespa. Maybe you guys can do that.
So you're on the show too? That's right. Yeah, like I said, we had to put him on. So.
Yeah. They're just like, we better get him for something.
See,
Yeah,
if I'd had you, I know you went too late. Believe me. If I'm not one of your friends, you're still my friend again.
Yes. Yeah.
Chip,
This
I
would be
I
fun.
loved your special, Chip.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's one of
No,
the
And
wait,
that was a
things
great
I'm proud of.
great write up in the paper too. What was that? The Inquirer?
Yeah. The Inky kind of gave me a little shout out, which was nice, and Philly Mag did a little something. So yeah, it was nice because I did that. The one joke kind of took off about
Action News.
the Action News joke, the Action News theme song. So that was kind of their hook. But yeah, it was good. So thank you. It's called Move Closer. It's on YouTube. Anybody can watch it. So it's yeah, I was really happy with it. I did it at Helium back in the spring, and it just I did one of those matinee shows. I'm not. I don't need to be up until 2 a.m. doing stand up. Like I'm past that. And it's like, it used to be like, comedy club, you would have a show at 8 o'clock and at 10 o'clock. And then if there was like an extra show, they're like, we're adding a midnight show. And it's like, no, it's like now they're adding those matinee shows, which I
was saying that to
highly
Dom.
suggest.
I was saying that to Dom not too long ago that these 4 o'clock shows on Saturdays at Helium, they've been
They're
packing them out.
They're great.
They're-
Yeah. And I think the thing is too, especially like I picked 4 o'clock on a Saturday because I just wanted my people to be there. Like nobody's just showing, like there's no bachelorette party showing up at 4 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Right. Like if
Yeah.
they're there to see me, and
Right,
that's what I love
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. So yeah, so it was fun. I did that, and then the YouTube special was a thing, like the hour special, but like how it is, like you got to put out those clips. So like my production partner, the guy, he's out in LA, he's the one who edited it and produced it all, and like he just put out the clips as well, and like that really sent my numbers up, followers and all that stuff. You got to play that ridiculous game nowadays.
Ain't it crazy? It's all self-produced now.
Oh God, it's just and you got to keep feeding it, and like we were just like feeding little videos. We kept pushing videos, and like my numbers were going up and up, and then all of a sudden it was just gone. Yeah, so it was like it just went like as soon as you stop feeding it, it just doesn't. They just stop putting your stuff out there. Like
A stand-up from Chicago wrote something on social media recently. He's a great stand-up.
Yeah.
And he probably like a 30-year vet living out there. And he said I posted 10 of my jokes, my best jokes that I filmed with HBO 10 years ago. He said, and none of them got over 1,000 views. Does this mean I'm not funny and I should quit? But they don't realize that there's a system to it. Like a lot of these comics
when was the last time that guy did a joke once and 1,000 people heard it at the same time too?
Exactly. I see that argument. Like you're getting more. You're still getting eyes on your clip, but when you start comparing it to other people's numbers,
Yeah, you can't.
I guess
you can't,
as
I mean,
an
yeah,
artist, it drives you crazy, you know?
yeah, people used to do that. I'm sure back in the day, though, Dom. Like people,
No,
get jealous of somebody's playing theaters when they're only in the clubs, or whatever. It's the same. It's the same shit. It just looks a little different, I think. You know.
Well, Daniel Tosh is a good friend of mine. He really doesn't want to do clubs. I think he should do both, but he just he's too big. The sound system and all that. He's a pretty good stand-up too, though. You guys
Yeah,
know
I'm
him?
sure he is. Yeah, but he doesn't. What does he want to do? Just bigger places?
Yeah. I think he likes to do.
I would love to see him in a club.
But it's interesting, like a guy like Tosh, he's not posting clips of his stand-up constantly, but
Yeah,
you're
he doesn't
seeing
need to.
Well, no, I'm saying, but now you're starting to see like Brian Regan post clips. You're starting to see Dane Cook, like a lot of veteran comics now. They're chopping up a lot of their old content. They're throwing out crowd work. Like they're kind of adjusting to this. I guess you can call it like a new way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, people rode horses forever until the car came around.
Yeah.
You know,
Some people were like, the car, the gas. You just feed the horse, and then
it's like
They
you
di-
tape an hour, but then you got to chop it up into 30-second bits. It's like
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
crazy.
you got to play that game.
What was that,
What was
Dom?
what was the first one that got out? It was so weird.
Oh,
it
that joke that Brian chopped, that reel
it was one of the ones with
passing around the drink.
the drink with your cousin.
Yeah, he did it
with
at
the roofie joke.
JFL, that one joke.
Yeah, so weird. They picked that out of
Yeah, it got
other things.
like a couple 100,000 views, like pretty quickly.
But but what that's the point I'm trying to make. Like 2 years ago, the algorithm was so different than what it is today.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, it
a
changes.
lot-
Yeah, no, from like even month to month, it's like it should be this length of a video. You
Right.
should put it out this time of day, and you should put one out every day, or it's like 3 times a week. And
Yeah,
it just,
a lot of that shit is noise, though. You know what I mean? Like for real, like a lot of that algorithm stuff is noise, because everyone's feed looks different. Like if I pull my Instagram versus your Instagram, it's gonna look different. You just you have to have engaging,
Yeah.
short videos.
and and
They
when
have
you
to be
said
short and
engaging too,
yeah,
and they
short and
want
engaging.
people to comment on it. So like
Right,
I could
and
have
share
a video
it.
that's pretty good and people kind of like it, but nobody comments on it. Or I could have a shitty video and like 100 people are like, "This sucks. This is terrible," and
You
they'll keep pushing it out because there's more engagement.
What's the
there's more
business? The
comments.
business is keeping people in the app. So you need
Right.
to make a video that keeps people in the
That
app.
keeps
If you
people
make
commenting.
videos,
Yeah.
which keeps people in the app. So the longer you can keep somebody in the app,
Even if it's
that's-
terrible. Yeah.
they don't care.
Yeah.
Because their money is eyeballs, and ad revenue.
Yeah.
man, if I would have told you guys in a green room, we'd be talking about this 15 years ago.
Right? Could you imagine? It'd be
Crazy.
like you space age nerd. Yeah, like nothing. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It's interesting how everybody has a different way that they get opportunities like that, because some people need to audition and showcase to get a spot like that. It was more of a referral situation.
The really
Right?
hot blondes.
That too, But didn't you say that the guy that was in Beverly Hills Cop got you in did a referral for the not the Tonight Show, the Improv?
Eddie
what the hell-
Murphy?
No, the comic that plays
Murphy.
the comic that plays the his boss. He was just on Are You Garbage with the Philly guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this comic's Dom, he's out in LA right now. Paul Reiser.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You said that Paul Reiser got you in the Improv or the Stewart. He just dropped.
No. He got me in the place in Shepherd's. It's where
Sheepheads,
Rodney used to-
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, Pips. Was it
Pips.
Pips?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
Pip-
said
it's
you
Pips.
said everybody was showcasing. You didn't even need the showcase because he said Dom's good.
I didn't get it the same night, and then Paul says he's very done. And I got the.
You got it after that.
Oh, the tennis. Yeah, who did that? Oh, I
Really,
can't
he
remember.
died-
It's a famous bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died of drugs, but good guy, terrific act.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who that was. I remember that. I remember that joke.
Yeah. He was
Dom, I
funny.
remember a joke. I'm 99% sure it was you.
Was it a Hedberg joke?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
that's
it Mitch-
Hedberg.
it
Yeah.
was a Mitch
Yeah, that was
Hedberg
Hedberg.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a
It was
Hedberg joke.
terrific.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh, do you remember doing? I think you were on the Drew Carey roast. You did a lot of the roasts,
Yeah, I
right?
did. Yeah, the one in New York.
Yeah, and it because I think it was on Comedy Central. And I remember watching it, and it was just sort of a throwaway line, but it was one of the funniest things. My brother and I would just say it to each other. I think you said you were like almost like telling Drew's story, and again, this is 25 years ago. But you were telling Drew's story. He's like, oh, Drew got a job up in Canada at a poultry farm, taking blind turkeys out the shit. I think that was your line, and it's the
I
funny.
remember
It's
that.
to this day, it's the taking blind turkeys out to shit. It was my favorite, one of my favorite lines I've ever heard. Yeah.
You gotta
great.
look for better lines.
Yeah.
Dom,
I
did
don't
you
know.
used to do roasts just for comics you knew?
I used
Were
to
you-
no, man. I did all like
I didn't know Tony Hitchcliffe, that does Kill Tony, used to write for the roast for years. He was a
Yeah.
writer, like a
Yeah, I
head
think it was his
writer.
gig for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a head writer for all these jokes, like when they would have like Pam Anderson and all these guys that weren't comics.
yeah.
He would write for them.
Yeah.
And now he's doing it at the Garden. It's crazy how
Yeah,
that
it's
show
wild.
exploded.
Dom, do you
I
ever
just-
remember any roast that went south that did like where whoever's getting roasted like didn't take it well?
That one, there was a couple of them. The one was a guy named Jack Palance.
Oh yeah,
And he was a guy, and he was a tough guy.
yeah,
He
City
didn't
Slickers
get-
guy. Yeah,
He didn't get the whole thing.
yeah,
Somebody said something bad, and instead of retort, he just went, "Fuck you! fuck you talking to, motherfucker!"
The guy looks like he was like a World War II veteran.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
He was
great.
in City Slickers?
Yeah, he was the old man in City Slickers.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's funny.
yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Air Force in World War II.
You got a picture of him?
Yeah, dude. He looks like every badass old guy that you would
Yeah.
think of. That would just like break you in. Like, look at him.
Yeah.
Like this dude would just break you in half. How would you roast this guy?
Dom, he went after you, Dom?
No, he didn't. He didn't go me. Well, they got him before, so I don't know. But
But I don't know
He
if
was a stand-up before he did Everybody Loves Raymond?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
he
was
still is.
before, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a club in Vegas still, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, the MGM. Yeah, he
that
was
ro-
great.
That role
He-
was perfect for him.
Yeah.
They were so good with each other. Yeah. The one thing there was one episode where he did this thing where every time he would like eat his food, he had to like touch his chin. It was just like a little tick that he
Oh,
had.
right. Yeah.
And it was just, to me, that was such a funny thing to put in there for no reason, just to show how like messed up he is in the head. You know, it's like just, I don't know. I thought it was brilliant. It's just a simple joke, but
Yeah.
really smart.
Now to come to think of it, they probably were, him and Ray Romano were probably tight before they filmed that, because it's like that's what, Chip, that's why I think Tires is so good. You guys all
good
are
shot.
you guys are all friends. You guys have been working together in that element for years,
Yeah.
and it's like all in the family. Like even Shane now, like he's taping the second season, bringing a lot of you guys back. It's like that kind of energy when you're working with people, not just an actor off the street. It's got to flow much, like the pressure has to go out the window. It's just loose.
I think
would
it's a lot
I would
easier 'cause,
think.
like, yeah, because I hadn't even seen those guys for a little bit, and it was just like as soon as you walk on, it's like you just pick
Right.
up where you left off. So it was like
Yeah.
so easy that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought like actors like that never worked with each other before, how long it must take for them to get, comfortable.
Yeah, to build trust and just to know each other's moves. So it's like when you can, like when I was doing those scenes with Gerben, it was like me having a scene, like having a conversation with Steve. Like we've had that same exact conversation where he's like trying to get out of it or whatever. Yeah.
Dom, Dom, do you think that's the same? Like when you did Seinfeld, like you guys all knew each other, so it was probably real loose.
Oh yeah, it was a weird. It wasn't really like that fun, but you can tell. I didn't know how good they are. I mean, I turned down three. Because I was good. I had the reveal.
With the
I didn't have big Seinfeld. That's Sophie. Remember Sophie? You didn't know her look beautiful.
yeah. It's your French Canadian girl, right?
Yeah,
But
smell it.
you said you turned Seinfeld down 3 times.
Yeah, not because I thought it was so great. It's because I thought it was. I didn't want to, fuck up the guy. His casting for the week. I was one of them, and I hated to fuck him up.
Right.
Right. If you got booked for a gig or something like that, you mean?
And I think it's the best ever. Like
Yeah. I think so too.
Did you really have to take? Did you like take any classes or like learn how to be a sitcom, like to be a guest on a sitcom, like because you're playing for the crowd, but you're playing for the cameras too. That's got to be hard.
It is very hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What did you do to make that work? Did you just kind of follow along what everybody's doing, or were there any tricks to it?
no, I just when the lights went on, ta-da!
Yeah.
I just if I can get nervous, it helps me.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't have like any synchronized role that I do.
When you did the Big Lebowski, like working with big actors like that, like were they welcoming to you, Dom, or was it a lot of?
First of all, I get the script, my agent, you like it? What do you think? I said, this is brilliant. This is art. This is I know good when I see terrific. Let me tell you. Geez, I never see you so excited about a script. I go, yeah, I am, because those are my words.
Yeah.
She goes, what? I said, I played a chauffeur.
The chauffeur. Yeah.
The chauffeur. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, and I'm not going into audition for room rating. Fuck you.
Yeah. They wrote your words were in the script, and then they sent it to you.
Yeah,
They showed me a Caroline's, and they just gave me the part.
Oh.
It was a good joke, And,
Yeah.
but,
That's one of my favorite movies, like that. Yeah, that's definitely like a Dom Irrera. Like that was your it felt so perfect for you. Yeah.
well, he was so funny. He stayed in that character the whole time. Never came out.
Really.
I mean, why not? You got the bathrobe.
I mean,
You
come
got,
on.
you got
Yeah.
a drink going on. I mean, it's not a bad character to stay in.
I feel like he's still doing it, and it's like I love it. Yeah.
Move Closer is on YouTube. Chip.
Yes. Yeah. Move closer, Chip Chantry. Follow me there. Yeah.
Chip, thank you again for hanging out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure. It's great to talk to you, Dom, Steve, and Brian. This is great.
I hope we get to work again.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna try to come out to Soul Joel's on the night. Because it's the night before Thanksgiving, right? That's when you're gonna be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to come out to see you
Thanksgiving
guys.
Eve. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know how they work it there, but if you want to do a couple minutes. Fine
Oh,
with
thank
me.
you. Yeah.
Do you know who to call? You know the guy, right?
Yeah, I know, Joel. Yeah.
Oh, Chip, you're on the show. Come on, man.
There we go. Yeah, if I can make it out, I'm definitely gonna come on out. Pottstown, PA.
Well, call me before, make sure.
Yeah.
I would say it's like 90% there.
Okay, yeah, no, but I'll double check. Yeah.
Dom, I'll give him your number.
Yeah.
No, don't give me the real number.
Yeah, can I get your address too, Dom?
Yeah.
can I
I'll
have
give
your
you. I'll give him
address.
I'll give him your social.
Yeah. And your
Thanks.
3 of your biggest fears. Just list 3 of your biggest fears if you could. That'd be great.
God. There's so many fears.
Chip, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yo, Dom, wait. Hey, Dom, hey. Yo, Dom.